Have you ever felt like something about your life, your routine, your expectations, your future just doesn't sit right? Like you're walking through a fog with a destination you never chose. You wake up, check your phone, go to work, come home, scroll through social media, and repeat. But deep inside, there's a whisper, a quiet voice asking, is this really all there is? It's a structure built through culture, education, media, and money. It needs you to believe that you must go into debt for an education, work for decades to retire in your 60s, and base your self-worth on likes, promotions, or material status. If everyone suddenly stopped believing in these things, the entire structure would collapse. It tells you what to value, what to chase, and what to fear. Most people live their entire lives playing a game they never agreed to. You notice how school rarely teaches you how to think, only what to think. You notice how the news rarely informs it. You notice how social media amplifies comparison, not connection. These aren't accidents. They are features of a system built to distract you from yourself. Start with a simple act. Turn off distractions, mute notifications, spend time in silence, read books that challenge you, question popular opinions, ask deeper questions. The more conscious you become of your inputs, the more clarity you gain in your life. With clarity, you start making choices, not reactions. They accept the terms without reading the fine print. They follow the herd. Awareness begins when you pause and observe not just the world, but your own habits, your own thoughts. Ask yourself, who decided the path I'm on? Are my beliefs really mine, or were they passed down by others? Do I feel alive in my daily life, or am I just surviving? You were born with imagination, curiosity, and a desire to grow. The real you is powerful, but power without awareness is useless. So the matrix keeps you distracted. It feeds you entertainment, fear, controversy, and noise. Advertisements, algorithms, gossip, fear. They fight for your attention. And attention is power. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. If your attention is controlled, your life is controlled. It teaches you to compare instead of think, to consume instead of create. These labels feel safe because they give you a sense of belonging. But they're also boxes, and boxes keep you small. From the moment you're born, you're guided, sometimes gently, sometimes forcefully, into a mold. You're told to follow the rules, get good grades, find a stable job, pay your taxes, buy things you don't need, and avoid questioning too much. Why? Because questioning threatens the system. That whisper is your mind trying to wake you up. Because whether you know it or not, you're in a system designed to keep you asleep. Not physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You're trapped in what many now call the matrix. No, we're not talking about science fiction. We're talking about the modern world, where freedom is promised but rarely delivered. A world where you are technically free, but you live confined by invisible rules, hidden influences, and systems you never chose. If you've ever wondered how to escape the modern trap, how to break out of the matrix and reclaim your own mind, this is your moment. Stay with this message, because the truth they hide is simple, and once you see it, you can never unsee it. Let's begin with what the matrix really is. The matrix isn't a physical prison, it's a psychological one. The matrix runs on blind participation. But here's the truth they hide. You were never meant to be just a cog in a machine. Let's talk about the first step to breaking out of a matrix. You cannot break free from a system you don't even realize you're in. When you start asking these questions, you begin to see the invisible bars. Once you're aware, the second step is taking back control of your mind. Your mind is your most valuable real estate, but in the matrix, it's constantly under siege. Take back control by reclaiming your focus. This leads us to the third step, disconnecting from artificial identities. The matrix thrives on labels. It wants you to identify as a job title, a social class, a political side, a follower of trends. True freedom comes from realizing that you are more than your job, your income, your background. You are a creator. You have the power to evolve. When you drop the need to fit into categories, you begin to operate from a deeper level, one that's authentic, not approved. It means you show up as your real self, not the version molded to please or perform. Authenticity is a quiet rebellion. When you stop pretending, you become unpredictable. And unpredictable people can't be controlled. This doesn't mean you reject society or isolate yourself. Now let's go deeper into the fourth step, redefining success. It tells you to hustle, compete, win at all costs. But here's what they don't say. Real success is not external. It's not about what you have, it's about who you become. If you chase things without meaning, you end up empty. But when you spend time with people who think deeply, act intentionally, and challenge the norm, you rise. Their energy reminds you of what's possible. Find communities that speak the language of growth. If you can't find one, create one. The internet has made it easier than ever to connect with like-minded souls. That's why so many people with everything still feel lost, because as you grow, you'll face resistance. People may not understand your path. That's okay. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You return to something, yourself, your essence, your power. You realize that the world outside may still be asleep, but you don't have to be. You can build your own reality, Write your own script. Lead your own life. You're here to be true to yourself. The Matrix sells you a narrow definition of success: money, fame, luxury. Redefining success means asking, what does fulfillment look like for me? Breaking free is not a one-time act. It's a daily decision. You light a path for others, because once someone sees the truth, they can never unsee it. And that's how the world truly changes, not through mass movements, but through individual awakenings. Every day you must choose awareness over autopilot, courage over comfort, truth over trend. What kind of life makes me feel alive? Maybe it's building something meaningful. Maybe it's having time freedom. But with it comes the reward of living a life that's truly yours, not borrowed, not forced, but chosen. Maybe it's raising a family with presence and peace. Your real life begins the moment you decide to reclaim it. Whatever it is, define it on your terms. When you stop chasing what others value, you start attracting what truly aligns with you. You're no longer thrown around by every crisis or trend. You operate from a grounded place, and that's dangerous to a system built on fear. Fifth, build systems that serve your freedom. The Matrix wants you dependent on jobs, on approval, on convenience. It wants you to believe that you need its permission to thrive, but you don't. One of the most powerful ways to break out is to build your own systems. Learn how to make money independently. Learn how to manage your time, your health, your energy. Build habits that create internal stability, not external dependence. When you own your skills, your schedule, and your values, you become resilient. Sixth, surround yourself with people who are awake. Your environment is your mirror. If everyone around you is asleep, complaining, settling, it's easy to fall back into the trance. Your circle should elevate you, not cage you. Protect that space. Finally, never stop evolving. The Matrix doesn't just exist outside you. It can creep inside, through your habits, your doubts, your fears. There will be moments of uncertainty, moments when walking your own path feels lonely. But remember, this freedom has a price. That price is responsibility. When you break out of the Matrix, you don't just escape something. And when you do, you don't just change your world. So if you've made it this far, ask yourself, am I ready to wake up? Because the truth is, the Matrix only has power if you let it. And now that you know it no longer controls you, the world is waiting.